So today I'm gonna do an analysis of what could be the next Nvidia, because as you know, Nvidia is such a massive company, more than $3 trillion. You're always asking what are the next investment opportunities. And today I'm gonna analyze what kind of technology could compete with Nvidia, what kind of company is developing, and let's see if you like this investment analysis. Remember, this is just an exercise, an educational purposes, but I want you to go with me. First, I found this tweet from Iggy, and I've been following all the launches from OpenAI, but specifically from Llama. And what is very interesting is what Iggy is putting here. That now, if you have 64 gigabytes of RAM in your Apple computer, specifically MacBook Pro M series, you can download and install GPT-4 level large language model locally. Imagine how crazy is that? If you asked me 2 years ago, I will always say, no, you always need the most advanced NVIDIA GPU. But no, and this is happening, and this is the process. So if you have a MacBook, I will strongly recommend you to do the same for you. You just go and install Olama, then you open the terminal and download Llama 3.3, which is the 70 billion version that Meta has just released. So in that logic, remember that Meta, Facebook wants to compete with OpenAI by releasing open source large language models. And then you can download it and do it. So that's the incredible thing. Now, the key question is why you can do it so well, like GPT-4 level. That's the key thing. Well, that comes from this paper. So this paper was published by the Apple team, and I want you to check elements from what they're talking. If you want to research more, it's called LLM in a flash. So it's like how you can use large language models. So check it out here. They're comparing the inference process. And in that time, when they publish the paper, they will compare in Llama 2, 7 billion, OPT, and just check. Load from flash is the red bar, and then memory management is the green one, and the blue one is the compute power. So check how the load from the flash memory is the one that has the higher capacity of inference latency. So what does it mean? Well, when you go and understand what are the key elements, is that the DRAM that Apple MacBook devices are having is allowing the computer to process all that, specifically the AI side. So by going to that paper and talking specifically about the NAND, what we will find, we find that the technology being used allows those Apple computers to take full advantage not of the traditional RAM, as you can see, but from the DRAM. And in that sense, everyone, by using an Apple computer, as you can see here, the DRAM flash latency is much higher, the latency even from a CPU, than comparing with a GPU. Okay, so it says that overall, the model can fully reside in the UPU memory of the system DRAM. That's the key thing. And when you understand this logic, that means that the new Apple computers will start to be used because of this technology. Okay? So this is the number one finding. Because they use some specific techniques that they call windowing technique and row column bundling. So what does it mean? Remember that when you are implementing AI technologies, you need to process, okay, and that's when you need the GPUs. But remember that most of the usage from LLMs come from inference. And if you can do inference like downloading a complete large language model that competes with GPT-4 at the same level in your computer, that will allow more companies and people to start just doing the same. And how you can do it, just go to Twitter and put llama 3.3, and you will find all the people that are currently doing experiments, the comparison from Meta and the announcement. But you can just literally see all the experiments. For example, 10 tokens per second will even be faster than an M4 Max, So it's like, and these are experiments that people are really doing and implementing. What I like, for example, from Aaron's experiment is that he downloaded to his MacBook, but then he's streaming that to his iPhone. Okay. Aaron actually has a very nice app that you can download an LLM in your phone. So this will be very, very massive and interesting because it will just allow people to start doing that process. Okay. So those are the two key things. Now, what is the key element and what is the company? And I'm going to show you. The company, I download their presentation, is called Hynix, is from South Korea. Okay, so I will recommend you to check, to analyze research. But the most important thing about it is that they have 50% of the market share in high bandwidth memory. That is the most important thing. And if you can see their revenue and the process that they did, remember that this company they bought a couple of years ago from Intel, bad decision from Intel, the NAND business model and implemented into what they're doing. So this is a semiconductor company from South Korea that, as you can see here, they have 5% of the market share in the AI memory. But remember, who are their biggest buyers? Samsung, Apple, and others. That's the reason their goal is to be the 61% of that AI memory market share, because their microprocessors and their technology will be used in many areas. And this is what I like about this company. Okay, just imagine, it's a bet towards the future and their capabilities as a company. What else are they doing? Well, just check this. All the focus in the HPC area and the AI servers, specifically the DRAM. So now every time that you're seeing open source large language models being used in an Apple computer, they're doing with Hynix technology. Okay, so you can invest right now in SK Hynix. Okay, let's just find it. What is the stock right now for the moment that I'm doing this presentation, so you can know a little bit. The year to date, it's just gone 17%, which is even lower than the Standard & Poor's, but that's where the opportunity, correct? Remember what Buffett says. If we see the max, we can see that it has been, remember, this is in wons, almost 170,000 wons, but their all-time high has been 237,000 wons. And they have the biggest market share in the world for this type of technologies. They're increasing their sales. Just check the year over year in the period. So what is going to happen? And this is a very profitable company. Their net profit margin is 32%. So it's the company that is leading the future, that will allow more people to have their large language models in their computers, and you can invest today looking towards the future. That's the most important thing. Just imagine by 2028, if they achieve their goals, we're talking the possibility for this company to really grow impressively. So this is the recommendation that I want you today, just to analyze, do more research. Of course, remember, this is not financial advice, but this is like 167,000 wons is like $120. Okay, so imagine the possibilities of this company managing and being the market leader, so anyone can implement. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Have you invested in this? And do you think this could do 5 to 10x in the next 10 years?